Welcome.
You are watching Line Screw 1. Are you woke? Hey, it's 2021, and if you're woke, well, you're a joke. Seriously, folks, telling the world that you're a better person by virtue signaling, because let's get down to the semantics of it all. The actual definition of virtue signaling is telling people you're better than everybody else, in spite of the fact that you're just a keyboard warrior. And you're just typing some crazy stuff onto your computer, onto the YouTubes, or whatever social media platform that you choose to use. But you actually don't want to put your money where your mouth is, because putting your money where your mouth is means you're working a lot and paid a lot of taxes, contributing to whatever government and society that you live in this world. Because that's what it's all about, is making the world a better place by contributing. And there ain't no better social program in the world than a job. And instead of being a keyboard warrior and virtue signaling, I think just doing a job is probably the best thing you can actually do. But hey, this is the crazy world we're living in, where the liberals are eating themselves alive over virtue signaling, because apparently eating fake meat that is derived from all sorts of chemicals that have a higher carbon footprint is way more important than eating a dead cow, which is going to be eaten by somebody eventually anyway. But we don't want to get truth in the way of the woke, because they're going to start crying and screaming at you. And that's exactly what's going to happen. So instead of going down a rabbit hole of nonsense, why don't all you woke just get on with your life like the rest of us? Because over the entire history of humanity, there's always been problems. Come on, if you were a serf working for the king somewhere in the Middle Ages of Europe, life was tough. And we're talking a lot tougher than now. You know, these folks didn't have iPads and the internets and a Wi-Fi connection paid for by their parents while their parents worked, and you probably had a part-time job as a barista somewhere in California. Because apparently the woke tend to want to live in the liberal enclaves of society. I don't know why they all want to be together. It's crazy. Because apparently I am one of the crazy people that like to be around people I disagree with, because I want to learn something. But the woke don't like that kind of living. They want to just get what's called confirmation bias. Yeah, that's why the left like to live on the left side of the country and the right side of the country, around where the confirmation bias exists. Because trust me, the farmers that are working hard to provide the food to the liberals that are in Kansas, Nebraska, and all those other what you call flyover states, they ain't got time to be woke, because they know it's not a joke if they don't feed their families. And that's actually the best part of understanding the woke problem. The woke people are mostly the less productive, or the celebrity Hollywood celebutants. Yeah, if you're idle rich, you can't afford to be woke. Yes. Or if your parents go to work for you so that you don't have to work full-time and be a productive member of society, you can be woke. Yeah, so the rest of the people that are plumbers in Kansas City, or even if you're a garbage collector in Tupelo, Mississippi, guess what? You got to get off your butt early and get to work, because your kids are hungry and you got a mortgage to pay. But let's not get truth in the way of things. The woke are so self-righteous that they eat themselves for a living. Because that's their job, to tell everybody else that they are better than you. Now, the only thing that I have learned about the woke culture is that it is the cancel culture. And I know that they love to cancel all sorts of things. But, for example, they do not cancel some things. When you think of the people that were rioting in Seattle and Portland and Los Angeles and all the other liberal kind of left coast places, they don't want to cancel any of that. But when a bunch of conservatives do a few things, they want to cancel them. It's kind of crazy, because if you're going to cancel any bad behavior, you got to cancel it all, I suggest. Now, the funny thing is, when the woke get some sort of conflict going on in their personal life, the first place they call is 911, and they want to cancel whatever's going on in their life, and they want the police to deal with that. But apparently, if the people they agree with start doing all sorts of nasty things, you can't cancel that. So it's kind of convenient woke, which we call fake woke, because the fake woke is definitely a big joke. Now, the woke will tell you that you got to reduce your carbon footprint, but they're the first people to drive as quick as they want, because apparently rules don't apply to them, and the carbon footprint that they make has no relevance, but your carbon footprint does, even though you're doing speed limit and the woke are not, because apparently the woke, they got a lot of important engagements, so that's why they're speeding past you on the freeways all over America and Canada, because they got important meetings to go to. No, they don't got jobs to go to. No, they got important meetings to try to destroy your lifestyle, because they don't like the fact that you got a job and they don't. It's kind of a weird kind of jealousy, I think, going on. I don't know what the deal is, but if they spent more time actually working, they'd have less time being woke, and they'd actually feel better in the long run. But I don't know how that is, because when I was growing up, I was too busy working 3 jobs when I was like 18 just to try to prepare for college and buy insurance for my vehicle and put food in my mouth. But, you know, the kids today, they're all special because they were helicopter parented. And their parents said they were special and they were the best. So you cannot challenge what these kids say, because their parents told them that they were infallible and the epitome of perfection. So don't challenge these little woke kids, because their parents raised them right and they're perfect. So to challenge them is to spit in their face, and they don't like that. So how dare you people that are living in the real world challenge the woke kids, because you're actually putting their entire upbringing and turning it on their heads, and they get angry when that happens. And if you actually tell that to their face on the street, they're going to call 911 on you too, and they want to cancel culture you. That's what's going on, folks. Well, it's no wonder that the woke generation is happening now, because life has never been so easy for the young kids. You know, back in the old days, they had what's called child labor, and it was actually perfectly legal. America was built on the backs of child labor, and that's just the way it is. Go do your Wikipedia search and you can validate that. But of course, the woke are going to try to even do cancel culture on the history books and have them rewritten and say that child labor actually never existed. Kind of like slavery never existed. But oh, no, you can't actually invalidate that, because they're going to remind you about that. Yeah, slavery did exist, but guess what? It's over now. Yeah, but guess what? The kids don't want to join the slave revolution of working for a living, because they think that's slavery, in spite of the fact that their parents did it, so they could sit on their butts and actually enjoy the fruits of the labors of their parents, so they can be keyboard warriors and tell you how horrible of a person you are and how wonderful and virtuous they are. So that's how it's going to be, folks. The kids and the meek of the woke shall inherit the earth, I guess. Lord have mercy on us all, and I hope you don't go broke if you're woke. But I guess you're just hoping for your parents to die and you can inherit all their stuff that they worked hard to get. And that's probably the game plan for the woke kids. Oh, well, so that's the way it's going to be. Sad. In the meantime, folks, stay safe, keep your wheels to the ground, and don't raise woke kids. Just saying. Over and out.
got you, I got you, I got you.